Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you my meme Rune Master tank build by abusing Frenzy cooldown. So here my Rune Master is using full cooldown reduction that utilizing the Frenzy and also the Heart of Steel that has only short cooldown, so it can be spam frequently. As you can see here, my Frenzy can be spammed almost every second. So let's see if this kind of build can survive on Yoyo room. So let's go into the Yoyo room, and here I'm bringing my Saint because I need the Suffragium buff, since the Suffragium can reduce the cooldown of my Frenzy by 24% or around 23 seconds, which is very significant. And then I use the Heart of Steel to get some reduction, and I use the Frenzy to spam the skill and survive in the mid of the battle. So as you can see here, I am diving into their damage and I'm doing fine by just spamming my Frenzy as long as my cooldown reduction skill is there. So here you see my Suffragium is almost ended, so I need to go to my Saint again, because if I use the Frenzy without the Suffragium, the cooldown will be very long like this. So here I'm using the Frenzy without the Suffragium, and you see the cooldown of the Frenzy rotating very slow, because the Suffragium itself can cut the cooldown more than 20 seconds. So here I already have the Suffragium again, but unfortunately I got a debuff from Ninja that gives me some question mark, so I cannot spam my Frenzy. But after the duration of the question mark ended, I can spam my Frenzy again. Here maybe the enemies using the phase that can reduce my cooldown, that is why I cannot spam it frequently, but it is still manageable because I can use the Heart of Steel to sustain the damage. Here I am spamming the Frenzy and I'm doing fine without any issue, and I still have my last resort for surviving, which is the Asphyxia. So let's go to the conclusion in this video. I only use 3 skills to make me survive. The first one is Frenzy, because the Frenzy can restore your HP to 100% and it can be spammed almost every second. So this skill is the first most important skill. And the second is the Heart of Steel. This skill can reduce the damage taken significantly, but it has long cooldown. But you can try to push the cooldown to be almost up every time. As you can see here, it will have uptime around 5 seconds, but you can have the cooldown around 6.5 seconds, so it is still dependable. And the last skill is the Asphyxia. So this is your last resort when you don't have your Frenzy and you are dying, so you can use the Asphyxia to make you immune from damage around 8 seconds, but be careful that it has 24-second cooldown and it is fixed, so you cannot reduce the cooldown by using the cooldown reduction. So you might be wondering why I can found this kind of method, because around 3 years ago when I was still playing in Midnight Party, I am using Rune Master as a tanker orb holder. Why I am using that? Because as you can see before, that the Frenzy can be spammed, and then you can also make your Heart of Steel always up. So that is why my Rune Master was even tankier compared to my Deviant Avenger at that time. That is why I was using this build, and I got into the top 30 3 years ago when the server was still noisy. And the last thing why I used Rune Master, because as you can see, Asphyxia can be immune to any incoming damage, which means that you can pick your white orb in the magic prison easily without being disturbed, because this Asphyxia makes you invincible from any incoming damage. So I think that's all. Thank you for watching and see you later.